We're back with Indie Attack today during our Shoot 'em Up week. I'm Kelson.
I'm Woody.
Today we have Rocket Smash EX, and this is by RGCD. And this is a sort of like level-based little shooter. This is kind of like the looser shoot 'em up entry.
Kind of a loose shoot 'em up definition. You know, shoot 'em up. It's one of those. The definition kind of varies.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
I guess what we're going on this one, and the definition I went for when I picked this out for the list was: you have a gun and you shoot.
Right.
So I can call it a shoot 'em up if I want.
And things.
It's my channel. God damn it.
God damn it! And strange creatures are flying at you. So that's a definite genre
various
element.
Space objects.
Yes.
So
space.
I guess the first thing to note about this game, this is a Commodore 64 game.
Right.
And when we say it's a Commodore 64 game, this is not a game styled in the vein of a Commodore 64 game.
Right.
No, this is an actual Commodore 64 game. When you download your copy of this, it just comes with a Commodore 64 emulator.
Right.
That you need to run this game.
Which you know, is as overwhelming as it sounds when you first open the box, as it were. But it ends up being, I think, worthwhile because it's a cool, funky. It's a funky little game. You know, it's sort of like an action platforming experience going on here, where you're collecting. Well, much like it says, your rocket has been smashed, and you have to put your rocket back together. And that's basically
and collect lots of fuel to power the rocket.
Right. So you're basically making your vessel ready for travel again, and that's how you win the levels.
And, you know, you could maybe remind me on this, because I can't quite remember now. Are the levels in this randomly generated? I think they are.
Yeah, I mean, I think they must be, you know, just because of the design of them.
Yeah, because how it works is, you know, you start, and there's just sort of a set of platforms. You have an oxygen meter that drains, which acts as your time limit.
Right.
And you just have to collect enough fuel on each screen before you leave. It's a very simple arcadey game, but it's very enjoyable.
Yeah, that's a perfect word. It's super enjoyable. Like, you get what you see. You know, this isn't one that, like, plays, like, really weird or anything compared to what you think it should play as, and it's actually pretty fun. I thought we each took a whack at it for a while, and it you know, it's a very, puts you in that fun meditative sort of place where it's like the level, you know, it's simplicity is bliss, I guess is what I'm looking for.
This is the kind of game that I wouldn't necessarily seek out to play, like, oh man, I gotta play some of this.
Yeah.
And it's the kind of game where it's like, oh, I want to play something, you know, it sounds good.
Yeah, you know, and it's
Rocket Smash.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's a great title, and it's, I think I wouldn't have played this if it weren't for the channel and for us, you know, trying to do a themed week and finding this. And it's one that I'm glad that I did play, though. Because it was
it's
cool.
It's that weird kind of, like, there's this weird range that arcade games get into where it's kind of like a chill out game.
Yeah.
Where, you know, you're not saving the world, it's not life or death, there's no grand story, it's not even really hard.
Right.
You're just a dude fixing his rocket ship.
Yeah, I mean, I think it does sort of, like, ramp. It gets a little harder.
It ramps up a little bit and it gets a little harder, but I would never really say it necessarily feels intense.
No.
That's not in saying, like, oh, it's too easy or it's bad.
No.
I actually really like. It doesn't do that.
It's like a feature.
It's a very meditative game.
I agree, yeah, exactly. A feature of a game being that it's not blind. Well, and I think perhaps it was like a perfect reprieve from the insane games that we've been playing this week.
The insanity of, like, color explosions.
Yeah, and just, like, bullets covering the screen. In this case here, you know, you get your nice little cool starry purpley awesome background and the, like, nice color palette on the screen, and you're just collecting stuff and getting in a rocket ship, you know? What more can you want?
So yeah, I'd say check this one out. This one's pretty good.